Alright, what you see here is a Hampton Bay Minuet II ceiling fan. I got this off of eBay last year, brand new in the box. And I've been wanting to find this exact version of the Minuet II for quite some time now. This is the version I saw in the catalogs as a kid. In the 2001 catalog. And it's also the version I saw in person. I never did see the later version I did a video of a few years ago. It was always this version I saw as a kid. There was one in the confession room at a church that I filmed back in 2013. I did an update video on it recently. And there's also another one in the party room at a laser tag place. Both of those fans are two that I saw since I was a kid, and they're both still there to this day, thankfully. Although now I finally have my own version of it. But, yeah. It's definitely more unique looking, I think, than the other one. This one is made by Powermax. It's not an SMC made one or an air-cooled made version. But, yeah, it's definitely a flimsier made fan than I was expecting, but still a good performer. This one is from March of 1998. One thing I really do like about it are the wooden ball pull chains that usually something like this would come with plastic ball pulls, but these ones are not. It's a bit windy out, so you might hear some wind sound in the background. But yeah, it's in the Satin brass finish. Anyways, this is from oak to plain white. So yeah, let me go ahead and start off with the white. As you can see, it does work. I'm just using a regular 60-watt LED bulb inside of it. Let me turn off the lighting behind me to give it a more accurate lighting test. Alright, it's not bad. I mean, it's just one. I mean, I already know what the lighting test is, but just so the viewers can kind of get an idea. Yeah. Let me go ahead and start off on low. One thing I would definitely say is that the blades on this fan, you can kind of tell they kind of droop downwards, and they came just like that out of the box. But yeah, this was the version of the Minuet II that I saw on the display at Home Depot. And then it was actually the same one that I saw running. It was actually the first fan I saw running. I was running on either medium or high speed, I think. Most the light, I think the light was on. I don't remember, but it was the day that I went to pick up the Hampton Bay Carousel with my dad at the Home Depot that's local to me. And I remember the next time I went there, the light and the fan was off. And then the third time I went, the fan was removed from the display. And it was like kind of going into 2002 when they removed it from the display. One thing I'd say is this fan is very quiet compared to the other one I tested here. Oh, that other one was an SMC made one, so that could be why it made a lot more noise on the road when it was running, as it would hum quite a bit. And I was thinking about installing this fan in my mom's closet instead of the Nutone. The only reason why I wanted the Nutone instead because I figured that'd be a more unique install, and because I didn't know if this fan would hum or not. In a sense, this one honestly would have been a better fan for what I needed to do, in the sense that I only really need one light above instead of 4 lights. And something like this will be more practical in terms of the performance, like having it on high, medium, or low. One thing is I just didn't test it back then, so I just didn't really have an idea how it would perform. The reason why I think about putting this in the closet as it would have been like kind of like a tribute to the church that has one installed in the confession room. As my uncle, who has now passed, he would do a lot of stuff at that church when I was growing up. Or was actually like, for those who like go to churches and such, usually when there's a person that was like a newborn, they like raised them at the end of like a mass or something. That's what my uncle did with me at that church. So it would have been like a way to pay homage to him and such. Though the Nutone is kind of a combination of both that minuet, that's a brass and wood blades, and small, and the Nutones that are there. Since they had that were there, since they had 8 brown ones that unfortunately have been removed. But yeah, and they were tossed. Originally, I was told that they weren't removing them during the renovations, and then they ended up getting removed. The pastor actually had no clue that was part of the plan. He thought that they were going to keep them, but he didn't get word that they were getting removed. Otherwise, they would have been still installed. And by the time I found out, the renovations were already done, and it was also being done during the time of the lockdown. So that's the main reason why I couldn't have gotten them. Otherwise, I probably would have been able to have gotten them. But the thing is, the pastor wasn't even able to go up there really during the lockdown, so it kind of put it on. It was some point between the lockdown being done, like being put into place, and after it was lifted somewhat. So yeah. It's moving good air on a low speed. Like it's pretty much dead silent. I started to think that this would be a nice fan for that closet, but I figured maybe just do the Nutone that way. I can kind of have that one getting use. I think I could still go in there at some point if I want to like swap out the Nutone just to kind of preserve it. Because my mom does kind of tend to forget to shut it off in the morning. I probably don't see myself doing it, but the Nutone definitely will. It pushes a strong breeze, but since it barely fits in there compared to this one, the breeze on it wouldn't be as strong as this fan would be in terms of pushing the air downwards. So, and that's kind of the point. So that way, the birds that we keep in there at night, the noisy one, we move his whole cage in, he likes to scream in the middle of the night. So if I have a fan that almost can barely fit in there, it'll still move some air around, but it won't be a strong breeze for the birds below. Especially in the summertime too. You know, we still want them to be able to get some air, but not overbearing air movement. But yeah, this is a fan I definitely want to install when I get my own place, either in a hallway, a bathroom, or maybe not a bathroom, maybe like a small kitchen. Or like, the reason why I wouldn't want to put this in the bathroom is because of the finish it's in, which definitely wouldn't do too well in a bathroom. Definitely would love to put this in the closet without a question. I did want to do it here, but I just figured it would be kind of more unique to put the Nutone there instead. But yeah, I'll go ahead and move it up to medium now. Plus, the other thing was at the time of when I was moving stuff out of this basement to the storage unit, I just didn't have the time to test this as there were other fans I had lined up for test, and the Nutone was one of them. Due to the fact that originally I thought that these rules would have been the last fans I could test down here, so I just held off on testing this one and tried to test other fans that I wanted to test here first. But then I ended up being able to use this still since the door never got locked. And I do maintenance, kind of like just check up on the space down here for the landlord, so in a sense I am still able to get access to down here. But yeah, the medium speed definitely puts us a good breeze. I'm not sure if this fan's moving more in on each speed than the other one that I tested, because it's been a good few years since I've tested it. Whenever I get around to testing the white one soon, the white one of the circular brackets, will definitely be able to give me a better reading. Now I know they were making this version than the version that had the non-integrated white kit, and now originally that one had like the crescent brackets, and then they switched it over to the circular brackets, like the ones that you'd see like on the San Marino and such, or the Hampton Bay San Marino more specifically. However, I'm not sure if they ever did it with the antique brass version or just the white one, because there's pictures of the white one in the advertisement like that and video evidence of it. But of the Satin brass one, I haven't seen it, so it's unknown at this point. But I definitely, it's a lot more quiet than I would expect it to be, especially considering how loud the other one was. But yeah, I honestly feel like that if I was to put any fan in the kitchen at the old apartment, this would have been the best one. And honestly, yeah, I could have put something better like a Lady Delta or a Nutone there, but just for like childhood reasons, I feel like this would have been the best one, because right when we got to Carousel, this was the other fan I saw right next to it, so it would have been like kind of like coincidental to get one of these for the kitchen at the old apartment. But of course that never happened, unfortunately, but I have one now, and I could always end up being a kitchen fan for wherever I get my own place, so it has like more of a vintagey looking kitchen. Yeah. Go ahead and show it with the white. Yeah, just even like standing right underneath it, like it's a very nice. It's a strong breeze, but it's not like a in-your-face breeze. It's a very, if anything, it's a strong breeze, but it's very smooth at the same time, which is nice. I'm not sure if this version ever did come with rosewood blades. I don't think so, only because I do know that the later version that I have of this in the same finish has rosewood blades, but I have seen that version with white blades as the reverse side as well. So, not too sure. I really don't think that this one ever did come with rosewood blades, but it's not impossible. Alright, let me go ahead and move it up to the high speed. Now, yeah, on video, you can't even Like, the camera can't even keep track of how fast this fan's going. But this fan is definitely going pretty fast. I mean, actually, in a way you can see it just by the stickers on the motor. Just to give you more of an accurate idea how fast it really is spinning. I gotta say, it definitely is a very good performer. For something that you could get at a home center back in the day, it's definitely a powerful fan. Now, it's definitely not the best made fan in terms of quality, but in terms of performance, it's definitely pretty powerful. You know, obviously you can find other fans of this around this size that are stronger, like an Emerson Northwind or a Hunter bath and dressing room. Well, actually, I don't know. This actually might be more powerful than the Hunter bath and dressing room. The only issue is I've never tested the bath and dressing room on a down rod. I've only tested it flush mounted, so it's kind of hard to tell. What I had to do was probably just steal the blades off of that and use it on the Coastal Breeze that I found in the back of a truck, the one that was the beater one, and the other basically before I remove the fans from over there. That'd really be the only way to really get a more accurate airflow reading from it. But yeah, no, this fan definitely flies on a high speed. Like, I'm not surprised that the camera can't keep up with it. Like, even with my eyes, I can't even keep up with it. Like, that's how fast it's going. I can't even keep track of, like, one of the blades that's spinning around. In terms of the speed, it honestly could be, like, on par with, like, a Casablanca, I guess, Lady Delta, in terms of speed. Being, like, a smaller fan and such. I mean, yeah, no, I just see, like, how many times it would hit my finger. Yeah, no, this fan's definitely flying on a high speed without a question. Yeah, no, it's definitely flying on a high speed. I have to say, kind of get it so I can see how fast it's really going on a high speed with the blades, but it's going so fast, it's impossible. Actually, now that I'm noticing, it's kind of having trouble keeping up with how fast the stickers are spinning too. No, honestly, this thing actually might be on par with the Emerson Northwind. Like, I honestly think this fan definitely could be stronger than the bath and dressing room. But I have yet to test that one on a down rod, so it's kind of a harder test and such. To like, well, harder way to really. It's kind of harder to determine if it's more powerful than that. But in terms of airflow, I could definitely say it's about on par with like an airflow you'd feel from like some smaller fans, like a showroom and such. Not like a Casablanca and such, but definitely on par. Definitely on par with the the not the Coastal Breeze, the bath and dressing room and Emerson Northwind category. But yeah, these things definitely are powerhouses. It's kind of interesting to see like how the blades on camera makes it look like it's going in reverse, and then you see the stickers of the motor spinning the opposite direction. No, the actual direction it's going in. It's definitely one of my favorite scores of last year. These were on my want list for a very long time. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm definitely impressed with this fan. Not sure if it's more powerful than the other version that I have, the later one, but still a very powerful fan. Alright, now to shut it off and do the spin down. It probably won't be too long, because one, it's a smaller fan, and two, the bearings haven't really broken in. But yeah, with that being said, this fan, I definitely know if I put this in the closet, it would be too powerful for the birds if I ran it on the high speed in the summertime, which would fitting a little bit better in that closet than the Nutone does. If it was a 36-inch version of the Minuet III, that would be a different story. Yeah, no, this fan definitely flies in high speed. And that's definitely very fast spin down, unfortunately, but it's brand new out of box, so it's to be expected. Alright, now for the reverse. Oh yeah, it's definitely a favorite of mine that I have from Hampton Bay. Or it's one of my favorite fans of Hampton Bay is what I'm trying to say. This version of the Minuet II. I know the one that's in the church, that one's on reverse. And if I'm not mistaken, it's always been on reverse since I was a kid. One of the ways of attack plays. There's reverse medium. That one's been on downdraft all the time. The globe on that one went missing after like 2008-ish, I'd say. 2007 is like the last time I saw it with the globe, and then later on I saw it without it. One of the church still has it, it's just they took it off because the pastor told me he just wanted a bigger bulb in there that gets off while lighting, which is understandable. Especially since now it's in a room that doesn't get sunlight going into a window. Now it's just in a room without any windows. Since they put an elevator where the original confession room was. Same time, I don't think I ever really saw them using the light on it before. Back when I was in the other room. But yeah, they kept that one because they know it's kind of tricky to find small fans that would fit there nowadays. It's not like back then where you could find small fans like these from different companies and such or in person. But nowadays, you mostly have to buy them online. reverse high. You know, this fan definitely flies on a high speed. It's not even a question. Alright, tank's about to go off, so let me try to end this quickly before the furnace turns on. Alright, and that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.